GhoulTone Records, and we're here at Studio 101 today to talk to author Chris Long, but also we're doing this for the Dead Serios tribute album that's going on right now. Chris has been free enough with his time, generous enough with his time to come and visit us today and do some recording. Chris, I wanted to ask you some questions about Dead Serios in general and also get everybody up to speed about what's going on with our project.
Well, first of all, it's a special day. Sheckey Finklestein, our longtime Dead Serios manager, came all the way up from West Palm Beach today to join us in the studio. It's a major project. It's the Dead Serios tribute album, celebrating our 30th anniversary. It's called They're Not Joking. It's going to be out in January, and one of our favorite bands, a group called Scurvy the Clown out of Central Florida, they're here in the studio today doing their remake of our hit Butterbean Queen. So it just sounded like a lot of fun. We're very excited about the tribute album and the band, and we just wanted to stop in and talk to you a little bit and talk to our fans and bring everybody up to speed on what's going on with the tribute record.
Well, thank you. And just to get some background on that, I wanted to find out, so you can tell the world, how did Dead Serios even begin?
Well, we've got our 30th anniversary coming up, so this puts us 1985, and at that point, we're from Central Florida, and there was very little in terms of opportunity for original bands and locally, and we were sort of restless. We wanted to do something unique, something special, something beyond what was happening on the local scene, and also something beyond what was happening nationally. Here we are 30 years later, and we're going to be going in the studio next year and doing our own new album, and we're getting opportunities now to do some of the biggest shows we've ever done. We're doing a Southeast tour after the first of the year. So all these crazy things are going on that I think all stems from the tribute album. We hadn't been terribly active the last couple of years, and thanks to GhoulTone and this tribute record, instead of being at the end of our story after 30 years, it's almost like we're just starting.
Nice. Well, I wanted to ask you too, that leads into another question that I was curious about. You know, from your first time that you released a song to the recent release for the first time of Buster's Got a Booger that you just released on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
How's the recording business changed? How's the process changed?
We hadn't been in the studio or recorded a new album or released a record or anything in 20 years. The last time we recorded, they still used tape reels, and it was very old school, sort of experience with splicing tape and that kind of thing. And now in 2014, 2015, everything is digital. There's no tape. There's just digital particles floating through the air, and so it's different, but a lot of fun, a great experience.
Well, what was the first song that you ever recorded?
A song in 1985 called Harbor City. It was on our very first album, and there's a fella named Ty Oglesby from the Melbourne, Florida area, and he and his band will be covering their own remake version of Harbor City for the tribute album, and they recorded it here at Studio 101.
Which I've been lucky enough to listen to, and it's screaming good. And that I can't wait for the rest of the world to hear what I've been privy to so far. What do you think about the diversity of these bands jumping on board and coming together for this album, happening around you?
It's crazy. I'm just getting such a kick out of it because the bands are so good who are involved with this, and their versions are so unique, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's just going to be a great rock and roll record. Even if you're not familiar with Dead Serios or the songs, the record is really going to stand up on its own as just a great compilation record of great diverse artists.
Last question. How long have you been working with Shecky?
You name the artist, Shecky is probably.
I've seen them all, I just, no big fan.
Incredible.
Shecky started out, years ago with the Rat Pack and so on, and in the '60s, I don't know that Woodstock would have happened without Shecky's involvement.
Those were the days.
They were the days.
Those were the days.
Right on.
Oh,
So in the '80s, Shecky had already retired from the business, and fortunately somehow he got a hold of one of our demos and heard it and was so blown away. He came out of retirement and called us up, and we've been working together ever since, and we're just very honored and blessed to be working with an icon. I mean, he's a legendary entertainment business icon.
get out of here.
Shecky, Finklestein, that name, it means something to everybody. So it's a real pleasure for him to come up from Palm Beach today to be with us in the studio. It's a real treat.
Thank you, Shecky, for being here with us today.
Tribute album, they're not joking. GhoulTone Records being released January 24th. Keep in touch with us here on YouTube, Facebook, all the social media outlets. Dead Serious, thanks for supporting us. Thanks to GhoulTone.
Thanks to Dead Serios.
Yay!